have no mercy for those that come to disrupt the restoration of this struggle. We don't negotiate with anyone. We will never do that. Because when you do things like that, you encourage the same thing to be inside the government, and they will continue to do what they are doing. There's an added that says,
Welcome, fellow Biafrans, lovers of freedom across the world. I welcome you to this amazing platform. Thank you so much for joining me on today's program, and I wish you a very happy new year. Finally, we are now in the year 2025, and as we proceed in the year 2025, we must not forget that we have a lot of responsibilities. Our responsibility in this platform is to give you information and make sure that you have an update on what is going on in Biafra land, more especially things that has to do with the restoration of independent state of Biafra. Today, I am going to share with you a very important video. Please pay attention to this video. In all the information that we see here, you are going to see that they have started again a new deceit to distract us from the restoration of independent state of Biafra. We must not be distracted. It is either Biafra or nothing. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said it to us, and he has not changed his mind. If anybody tries to insinuate that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have changed, that is a lie. Watch this video from beginning to the end. You will understand that the enemies will never give up. And those of us who are focusing on the restoration of Biafra, we must not give up. Do not get distracted, regardless what you hear or what you see. Always remember that it is Biafran first. All eyes must be on the rising sun. Every eye must be on the rising sun. Do not allow yourself to be carried away with things that are happening around you. The restoration of independent state of Biafra is one thing that we must focus on. We have the United States of Biafra now. Let's watch.
Now, the House of Representatives Constitution Review Committee's proposal to create 31 new states on top of Nigeria's existing 36 has sparked significant reactions. The Deputy Speaker, Benjamin Kalu, read the proposal during Thursday's plenary. However, the Yoruba Socio-Cultural Organization, Afenifere, and the Arewa Consultative Forum from the North rejected the proposal, calling it ridiculous. The committee led by Kalu suggested 6 new states in the North Central, 4 in the Northeast, 5 in the Northwest, 5 in the South-South, and 7 in the Southwest. Now, proposed states include Oku, Okura, Confluence, Benue Ala, Apa, FCT State, Amana, Katagum, Savannah, Muri, New Kaduna, Gujarat, Tiga, Ari, Kainji, Etiti, Orashi, Adada, Olo, Aba, Ogoja, Wari, Uri, Obolo, Torumbe, Ebado, Lagoon, Ogu, Ijebu, and Oke-Ogu-Ijesha. The letter stated that specific requirements must be met to initiate state creation. Gentlemen, here we are again. The request for more states has passed second reading on the floor of the House of Representatives. Now, let me come to you, Sure, when are you coming back to assume position as the governor of Ogun State, the new Ogun?
Yeah, so it's a win-win for me, you see, because I was born in Ibadan, so I can actually, by birth, I can go for the governor of Ibadan. Or
okay.
If they don't want me in Ibadan, then I can go to Ijebu and be the governor of the new Ijebu state.
Are you sure the Ibadan man will allow you?
Of course, they won't allow me, of course.
Okay, son of this. Omualabi, I know. Omoluabi, right? Omoluabi, good.
Yeah. They would quickly remind me that my parents are from Ogun State. I mean, on a serious note, these guys they're not serious. When they have no solutions to the problems of Nigerians, rather than just leave us alone, they compound our problems. Yorubas will say, "Orishato balegbemi shemibo shebami." So you're probably, that loosely translated to, if the deity cannot improve your situation, just leave me the way you've met me. Don't worsen my situation. Now, they're proposing 31 new states. How is this going to improve the lives of Nigeria? Because at the core of it all, governance should be about improving the lives of your citizens. So, these 31 new states, can they please tell us how exactly this would improve the lives of Nigerians? Because what I can see is 31 new governors, 31 new deputy governors who are going to qualify for this, ridiculous pension that they get once they retire. And we would have 3 times 31 new senators, whatever that, works out at 93 more senators. We would have, right now, we have 360 House of Rep members. So that's average of about 10 per state. So 10 times 31. So we have 310 new House of Rep members. Who's going to pay these people? Because the creation of this new state, is it going to generate more money for Nigeria? The answer is no. So without generating more money, we're going to incur more, spending on maintaining the life of some people from nowhere who are going to become governors. I don't even think we should entertain this sort of conversation. If Nigeria was a place where our lawmakers are responsible or answerable to us, like KJ rightly said, we should be contacting them from this point and saying, please, this is not why we've sent you to the House of Representatives or to the Senate. It's a non-starter. Since the addition of more states to Nigeria, when the military created more states, what exactly has it led to? How prosperous has Nigeria become? How viable are these states? Some of these states are even struggling to pay this new 70,000 minimum wage. So you're going to create more. To what end? How exactly? These are the core question. How exactly is it going to improve the life of an average Nigerian? We know that it would improve the life of certain politicians, people who probably will never become governor in this current setup. All of a sudden will be qualified to be governor of Ijebu, governor of Ibadan, governor of all these places you've mentioned. So we know that politicians will benefit. But how are Nigerians going to benefit? Your guess is as good as mine. These guys have no solution to our problems. We should be kicking them out. They have honestly, they have nothing to offer us. It's when they run out of ideas, they just come up with all this. There are certain words I don't want to use because I'm on TV. This ridiculous, for the lack of better words, these ridiculous ideas should be kicked against by every sensible Nigerians. We do not need it, and I support Afenifere and the Arewa, whatever they're called. I support them wholeheartedly. This is not what we need at this point.
Okay. All right, sure. Let me stay with you. Let us even concede without argument. Let's concede that, look, we are going to create, or that we are going to acquiesce to their demand. When I say we, I mean Nigerians will say, okay, right, go ahead and create these 31 states. Do you like the distribution, the regional, the zonal distribution, how it was distributed according to zones?
Well, from what you read just now, they're going to give the Northwest, who already have, I think they have the most right now. Is it Northeast? They currently have 7.
7.
So, yeah, so it's never going to be fair, obviously. So you can see why some people will kick against it, and these are the sort of problems that will come with this new addition of states. For some politicians, for selfish reasons, if they're going to distribute it in such a way that every region will have exactly the same amount of states, some of these politicians would accept it. But it still takes me back to the question, how is this going to benefit Nigerians? Now, you can say the Southeast, for example, who are marginalized and who complain about marginalization, even if you give them the same amount of state, which will mean, or which will translate to having the same amount of senators and House of Rep members and all of that, the current representatives that they have from the Southeast, what are they speaking where they're meant to be speaking as speakers? What are they doing to better the life of the Southeasterners right now? So giving them more would not translate to the betterment of the Southeast. These guys are going to go there, collect their salaries, and take as much money as they can, go and contest to become governor. Then when they finish as governor, go back to Senate, go back to House of Rep. So even if we say, let's even have it, Chukuma, it is not going to improve the lives of Nigeria. It is going to make Nigeria poorer. Nigeria is going to become a poorer state because we would have to borrow more money to fund these states that are never going to be viable. So it should be dead on arrival.
Okay.
And this Benjamin Kalu guy, I'm very happy that his brothers are here. KJ and Chim. This your brother that goes around calling himself number 6 city. I've never had it until he came into until it came to him, he parades himself as the number 6 citizen. I quote him now, the number 6 citizen of Nigeria. He's always found when they're discussing nonsense. He's always there. Anytime they're discussing anything that makes no sense, he's at the forefront of it. So KJ, please, and Chim, this is your Abia brother. Talk to him. Talk to him whenever you have your Abia state meeting. It's disturbing Nigerians. We're not interested.
All right, thank you very much. Sure. KJ, I would like to put you on the spot the way I did to Chim a while ago. KJ, if you were you are from the southeast, let's say that they want to create one state for the southeast. Which one will you recommend?
Okay. Thank you so much. You see, fortunately, Benjamin Kalu is representing me, and unfortunately, I don't like his politics. I must say, he has never been able to speak the mind of the majority of the people of the East.
Okay.
And not to talk of who he represents. Being number 6 will have allowed him to be able to bring to us what we need. First of all, demand and be able to push through the release of Nnamdi Kanu, not just lip service. Secondly, to look for how to correct the imbalance in Nigeria. You don't have to carry everybody along and create more confusion. Simply ask that the same number of states created in other regions should be created in the East, and that would be good enough. Now, there's a need to create 1 more or 2 more states in the Southeast to balance out the regions, because the regions were equal before now. So what I would have thought that Benjamin Kanu would have done was to push together with the senator representing Anyoma, or because this creation of Anyoma state have been coming for a long time, okay, or to carve out some other states between the Southeast. I don't know which one that will be most suitable, but I think that the Southeast deserve to be to have more states added to it so that it can balance out. Is it that they are viable or not? Right now, majority of the states in Nigeria are not viable, but not because they cannot be able to sustain themselves, because they refuse to do economic or do the hard thinking. They always want the very low-hanging fruit, which is to go to Abuja and get money shared to them. If that money stops flowing, everybody will think inward. Right now, the world is moving by what? The intellectual ability, and it's not necessarily for what is in the soil of where you reside. So I will say, for somebody who has watched the policy of Nigeria for a while, I will say that what they were trying to do was to try to see how they can create more states in the East, but they don't want to, as usual, offend the majority, and so they brought up the nonsense number they're trying to create. I said nonsense because if you brought up the proposal and the whole of the North is rejecting it and the whole of the Southwest is rejecting it, so how did you get to arrive at that in the first place? That means your politics is not, it's not very well. It's not well formulated. So you should do more research before coming out to give us this kind of figure. By the way, are you going to increase the land mass of Nigeria? Because some of these states that you are trying to create, how viable are they? How many people will be in it? For instance, how many people will be in it, and how big will it be? Okay, and so it doesn't make sense. And like Benjamin, I don't know. I much as I don't like to say, say something that I will probably find difficult to take back. I'm simply saying that Benjamin should think of what the people of the South want him to do, and do it in a different way than what he's doing now. What he's doing so far is not helping the people of the Southeast. There's nothing wrong with telling the nation the truth. The Igbo states, the Southeast is being marginalized. They need to have enough number of senators and House of Representative members in the House to be able to push a policy they want through. Right now, it's lopsided. It's not working. Many great men have tried it. They couldn't get even one policy across. Say it the way it is. The more truth we say, the more we are able to live longer. Fire sharing his words say, if you speak the truth, you die. If you lie, no, or not fire share. Dinamalai. Okay, you talk, you die. You don't talk, you die. So it better you speak the truth and know that you have spoken it. Speak it the way it is. The problem with Africa and and some of our countries is because we don't call a spade a spade. Look, just like the example that Flagship gave earlier on. Donald Trump went to the place and said, we made a very bad choice. We made a mistake. He didn't say, oh, maybe some. No. He didn't attribute it to weather. He didn't attribute it. He just simply said there was fault in the system and we're going to fix it. That is how people who want to go forward,
Okay, I think there's another network glitch. KJ, can you hear me? Okay, KJ, can you hear me? All right, let's bring in Chim. Chim, can you hear me?
I can hear you very well.
All right, very well, Chim. I want to read out something for you before you respond. Now, the committee led by Carlos suggested 6 new states in the North Central, 4 in the Northeast, 5 in the Northwest, 4 in the Southeast, 5 in the South-South, and 7 in the Southwest. What's your reaction? Let's even agree that these states are to be created in this fashion. What's your reaction?
Okay, so in the first instance, I don't understand. Like KJ rightly said, Mr. Ben Kalu is my House of Reps representative. But I think this set of politicians we have right now, if I must say quickly, are very atrocious and appalling sets, because clearly they do not have a clear picture of how to fix the national issues, and as a result, they begin to run around in circles. So Nigeria, let me be upfront. While as a Southeasterner, I would want to see an additional state created. But on a very professional level, when I look at these things, I ask myself, is that really exactly what we need? Even if the Southeast had only 3 states, but people were being objective when they go to debate national issues in the House of Reps and not be, considering it be mundane in the way they look at issues, nobody will bother. Let me give you an example of what I mean. We see the American system where you have the Electoral College. California has a larger number placed on it when it comes to the Electoral College. Ditto, Texas, and Florida. But states like Maine and co have smaller figures. But there are other things that you cannot do, California cannot accomplish unless Maine is carried along. That's a system that recognizes that in democracy, while majority will have their way, minority rights will be protected. And that is what democracy is all about. I want to be able to see a situation where somebody realizes that opening up a seaport in Calabar, opening up a little seaport in Onitsha, making sure the Warri seaport is working is beneficial to Nigeria. And irrespective of the fact that this person comes from Lagos or from Ogun State or from Zamfara, he is thinking Nigeria. He is looking at the issues objectively and saying, you know what, this is not going to do our nation any good. Let's open up these other seaports and see how we can make it easy. For instance, if there's a smaller seaport in Onitsha, for instance, then the businessman in Benue or Makurdi has an easier way of carrying his goods and services to himself in Makurdi than having to go to Lagos. This is the kind of level of conversation I want to see our people have when they go to debate issues. But you see, because people don't trust that people will go to the National Assembly or go to the National Executive Council and debate issues objectively, then we begin to fall back to let's create a state. Abia State was created out of Imo State. And outside of the military men who probably did their best, all the civilian men who have led Abia State have been colossal failures, from Orji Zokalu to Theodore Orji to the guy who comes from Aba. And let's give this man the benefit of doubt. He's there. We're seeing what he's doing. And these are all indigenes of Abia State, but they destroyed the state. How many of them were from any other state? None of them. They're all from Abia State, but they destroyed the state. So creating another state or sets of states or number of states does not guarantee that the people will get the benefits of democracy or the benefits of being led by a responsible government. It doesn't guarantee that. What we just see is that people, like Sho rightly said earlier, people are beginning to make calculations. I can become a governor. I can become a member of the House of Reps. See, state creation has become an elite thing. In fact, the management of Nigeria, as it were, is an elite thing. People do things in Nigeria because of elite consideration, not because of how they're going to make these things beneficial for their people. So I'll be honest with you, for me personally, it's not an issue of, oh, let's create states at all costs. Okay. I'm not really interested. Okay. What I want to see is the level of conversations that we're having when we go to our National Assembly or any area of governance where we have discussions on policies. And I'm not seeing any of that right now.
Thank you so much for watching the program. I appreciate you for your patience to watch from beginning to end. I hope you have learned a lot from this very program that I just played, this video. Please like and share the video. Share to all platforms. After sharing the video, now you can go to the comment section and put down your comments. Whatever suggestions, contributions you have to make, what do you think about the video I just played? Go to the comment section and put your comment. I will go to the comment section, and I bet you I am learning a lot from there, and you can equally learn from there. Let us share our experience on that comment section. Thank you so much, and stay blessed. Don't forget to share, and we continue to bless you as you share. Biafra government, peace, progress, unity, and equity. We move. Airborne.